Hey y'all. Uh-oh. Wait. Why this thing ain't coming on? Hello. Hello. If you can hear me, put the one in the chat and say hey and thumbs ups. Let me see. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Wait a few more minutes, see if anybody comes on. Come on, y'all. Well, let me start. Maybe y'all come on. I'm not gonna stay on long. So, as you can see, I am back, and let me give you the rundown what's been going on with me lately. Well, I did go to South Carolina for Thanksgiving, spent time with my family, my grandmother particularly, and my uncle and my aunt. Not my aunt, because you know what? Thanksgiving was pretty much not, I'm not going to say it wasn't festive, but it wasn't any big gathering of such. So it was just me, my grandmother, and my mother came over to cook. Well, she came over with food, whatever she cooked, and my uncle. Pretty much, it was only two of us: me, my uncle, and my grandmother, and nobody came. No one else came to visit. Usually I have other cousins and other family members who came, who would either come from New York or whatever, but nobody came practically hardly for Thanksgiving. But that was okay. I wasn't, as long as I know that I was there. My other aunt, she lived in Columbia, she works in Charleston. So she didn't come because she had to work the next day. And and to be honest, I think she needed a break because basically my my grandmother, she still lives at home. She's not in no kind of nursing home or nothing, but she do have two caregivers that come over during the weekday. One comes in the morning, and then the other one comes like in the afternoon, evening. But I only met Mimi. That was the first day caregiver. That Thursday. I stayed from a week. So and so basically everybody, my other relatives and stuff that lives in South Carolina who lives in the within the areas, you could say Monk's Corner and maybe Pleasant Hill and Somerville or Charleston, whatever, they pretty much even the ones who live across the way, they pretty much had things going on for themselves. So um, with the exception of me going to visit my mother, I didn't stay at my mother's house this time. I went to Goose Creek, however, to do Walmart Spark. Now that was an interesting, put it that way. That was an interesting um, changing of my zones with Walmart Spark. And let me tell you, it was a disaster because even though I didn't do that many deliveries because that Black Friday I only did one, and I had got there about a little bit after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And when I got there were people who were waiting there since 12 noon for orders. And then basically, what for me to get to the major areas I had to go to do deliveries, I didn't have to go too far. That was the only good thing about it. I may have gotten paid 30 something dollars. I don't even know because I don't even want to talk about the money because they supposed to pay me for wait time and they cheated me. So I'm going to do another video that I'm not going to do live about this situation that I'm experiencing with Walmart Spark because they're a bunch of crooks. And I'm quite sure I'll let y'all know for those who do Walmart Spark or who watch my channel would know about the experience. But I could tell you, I did do some short videos of some driver disputes and chaos that was happening at one of the Walmarts that I so happened to wait, and that was the next day on Saturday. So I didn't go too many. I didn't have to go a whole lot of miles, but I would tell you, for the if it was any other day where everything was on point, I would probably had to go 2-3 miles to deliver these packages, and it was like a whole bunch of TVs, a whole bunch of things for Black Friday at Walmart. But it was despicable. I could tell you that. So I didn't make a whole lot of money, but in actuality, I didn't make a lot of money because for me to go from Cross, South Carolina into Goose Creek or Somerville or even Charleston, you know, I had to, I had to drive at least 30 minutes just to get to wherever I had to go to the Walmart or to pick up the packages and deliver. But I could tell you during my time of doing those deliveries, I seen how that town has grown and changed so much from the time I was growing up as a little girl, a small, humble town, Monk's Corner, even Goose Creek or whatever. It's not even country, small town feeling. It's like suburbs. I've seen so many changes that, I've seen apartment complexes. I thought I would never see that. Um, Major, fast food places. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of disappointing because you like some place to be established and grow, but I just didn't like the way it. I don't like the way it was like the way it's going. I didn't even get to go into Charleston, because that was a headache. I know because when I was sitting in my grandmother's den, I'm a good 35, 40 minutes, and I got like 10, 15, 20 orders popped up while I'm sitting there, and it was like going to John's Island and I mean all the resort areas in Charleston on those islands and stuff, which I didn't go to. I say, oh hell no, I hadn't been in that area so long, so I had to go to some place that I knew, which was basically Goose Creek in that general area my mother lived, and I delivered so many damn TVs and stuff and ridiculous. I mean, but anywho, I'm gonna do another video because Walmart Spark has gotten ridiculous. So since then, when I came back home to Atlanta and started doing Walmart Spark, it was like all of a sudden disaster. All right, three of y'all, go ahead, hit me the thumbs up. Go ahead and say hey, because I know I got some messages from some of y'all wanting to know where I was at. So I'm back. Thank you. So um I changed my zone and I did some around in South Carolina. I was there, because I was like, everybody is still doing their thing. It wasn't like a lot of people came over for Thanksgiving. Like I said, basically, me and my uncle, we were the only two that was there in the house. And my uncle, he came from Virginia Beach, so kind of, take care of things around the house with my grandmother and stuff like that. And other than that, nobody else came. No one else, you know. And I did go and visit my cousin Travis around the way. I went to see him. He didn't come by the house because, whatever his situation is. So it was pretty much kind of like nobody came for Thanksgiving. Nobody came, nothing. It was kind of like, ooh. I mean, I'm glad I came. So, I mean, I wanted to go anyway. And I will be going for Christmas. So I will be leaving this Saturday. I know I got things to do, but I'll leave Saturday, but I'm not going to stay as long because Christmas is on Monday. So I'll probably leave Tuesday. I may leave Wednesday. If I do leave, I will leave and come back home Wednesday. But it's either be Tuesday or Wednesday for sure. But I may be leaving Wednesday. So the caregivers basically didn't come over to the house. They didn't take care because my uncle and I was there. So I stayed at I didn't stay at my mother's house in Goose Creek, but I did go to visit one particular, that Saturday. And when I told her I was doing Walmart Spark, what's that? You came all the way to do that? It want to be all combative and argumentative, very negative. And I said, what? I said, what I'm going to do? I'm not just sitting around the house, it's not like we were planning on doing anything, you know. And I did go to visit my mother. So after waiting for a couple of hours just to do a batch of 3 customers, I ain't gonna review what I did that day. I mean, it was pretty good, but it was the wait time that was the mess. And then they didn't even pay me for my wait time. It was been, after it, I took screenshots and they're gonna tell me, well, that was a mistake, and did their research and so they cheated me out of a substantial amount of money. But I got something for Walmart Spark Gas because now I'm gonna file a formal complaint. And if I could find if anybody knows how to file a class action lawsuit for something like that, because I don't even want to get into that part with Walmart Spark. But I haven't done Walmart Spark on a consistent basis for at least a little bit over a month. It is completely dead, and I don't think it has nothing to do with this is zone and It's like I turn on the app, I get home, I turn on the app. The minute I turn on the app, all of a sudden orders are gone. First come, first serve, snatched up. And then when I do get an order, first come, first serve, $6.50, and it'll be staying on the screen forever. Don't give me no bullshit stuff like that. $6.50, but then you want me to go 12 miles. I'm like, nope. I'm not going to do it. So I haven't really done Walmart Spark like that. And I know I've been watching a lot of videos of other people. They finally got on with Walmart Spark but it's not it's not lucrative. Let me tell you that. And I had to look back at last year. I said, let me see. I said, what happened last year around this time? So I went back and looked. I wasn't really hustling like that either. I think I might have made $200 something during that week, or 100 something. But other than that, and I only made $26 this week, and that was because I had 2 orders on Monday. Other than that, sure, the previous week before was $6. So I haven't been doing Walmart Spark like that. So I know I've been saving. I know I'm not spending a whole lot of money on gas, and I've been pretty much sitting around the house studying, my data analytic program, and I've decided I'm not going to continue with WGU for the next semester. So the semester ends in February, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning it, but I said, you know what? I already have a bachelor's degree, and I already started learning data analytics on the other platforms that I was doing. And um, I said, you know what? I'm not going to stay 2 more years in 2025 to get another bachelor's degree. And the things that I wanted to learn, I'm already learning on a different platform altogether. So I said, because the first semester, it was a lot of theories, reading. But it's okay. When I'm going to start actually learning coding? So I said, wait a minute, I'm already doing this through Coursera and um, and with Microsoft. So, and then I'm getting more hands-on experience actually doing it, doing little projects. I mean, I would show y'all, but I barely make any quality videos to show y'all what I've been doing. So today, I didn't even go to the library today. I just pretty much stayed here in my home desk, started learning SQL, and um, I did that for a few hours. And pretty much I've been sitting around looking at YouTube videos of TV shows and stuff like that. So I haven't really been on here making any videos. And another reason is I think that I'm so burnt out in the sense that I've been running around that I just feel like I don't have that energy like I had. And then I'm figuring out why. So I know this is backwards, but anywho. So I went to the doctor last week, a primary care doctor, not the one that I have at Emory, because she's a bitch, and I'll talk about her later. And even though she's nice, but the primary care doctor that I go to, which is not at Emory, I was just totally dissatisfied with how they handle my health concerns and issues. So it's only two major primary hospitals to go to, Piedmont or Emory. So when I went on Piedmont, I had a doctor I went to last week and told him my concerns, like my diabetes and how it's been still out of whack. I know part of it has to do with me working out, exercising, but see, I have to take insulin. So before I go to bed, I got to take my insulin and drink a lot of water. Where's my water at? So I've been looking at a good video today about the importance of water, but it's not how you take it. So I have to drink a lot of water. This is a gallon, but I already drank about at least two of these. I think I did two of these. Well, anywho, so the biggest concern with my health is basically, he even messaged me several messages that I've been reading on the doctor, and he said you need to see an endocrinologist ASAP. So tomorrow I'm gonna I have an appointment tomorrow with a doctor with my workers' comp, but and I had another doctor to go to, but it was not for endocrinology. It was something else. No, I had to cancel. I had to cancel because yesterday I left my driver's license at home. So when I went to go to the orthopedics specialist for the workers' comp, they couldn't see me, and I ain't had no picture of my driver's license nowhere on my phone. And I was like, oh shoot! So I scheduled it for tomorrow. They rescheduled with me to come back tomorrow at 3:15. So I'll be going back there tomorrow, and I should be finding out something about my long-term disability insurance claim in a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks or whatever. So I'll wait and see. And then hopefully I could get some type of accommodation where I'm not able to do the things that I was doing when I was what I was doing before, because part of my issue is my basically they telling me, well, and in so many words, that with my health issue and the fact that I'm still dealing with that neuropathy pain, and actually I would be have to make an appointment to see a neurologist and some other type of appointments so they could determine about the nerve damage. Because see, a lot of people say, "Oh, you neuropathy," but I've never taken a test to test if I have, how what's the state of my neuropathy, other than your sugar's high. I mean, yeah, it's high. I can see that. Shoot, I can hear the thing beeping all day, every day, and But one thing I would say about this doctor, he is I don't know what nationality he is. I know he's not I don't want to say India or whatever, but anywho, he was like, we're gonna get you on the right track. So at least I feel that I have, but then I have another doctor's appointment that I scheduled with this black male doctor, black American doctor, um, early in the year. And I also have an appointment with the other doctor, Dr. Benjamin, which I'm not saying she's been the cause of all my headaches with Emory, especially the one closer to my house. It's those damn ass gatekeepers that get on my goddamn nerves. The receptionist, whatever the hell, the one who make the appointment. Well, you got to go through me, bitch, please. They black, and I don't feel like I'm just done with them. And I mean, she may be good in a sense, and she knows she's very caring. I'm not saying the Dr. Bench is not good. It's just that to make an appointment to see somebody and you can't even hardly get an appointment. And I've been going through that office for the last couple of years, and then they kind of like, you know, so I don't know. But part of it is that I got to take care of my own self care. So you know how a lot of people that do these diets and all this stuff at the beginning of the year. My goal is to lose. Doctor, I'm not trying to go through that. I'm not trying to do some impossible thing like that. Now, what I will do is that I will be more compliance with the medication that I need to take, the insulin, exercising, drinking water, cutting out drinking sodas, and cutting out all that fast food, all that. You know, you know. I was trying to go to Culver's the other day, and I went there. I said, "Ooh, I had a craving." I went through the drive-through, and I just left. I didn't even order nothing. I just drove off. I said, "Never mind. I ain't want nothing. I didn't want anything, and I didn't get nothing either." I was dying for Chick-fil-A the other day. I went, look. I didn't go to Chick-fil-A at all. It's like all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but I've been really, really good of not eating out like that. Now I did get a gift card at Miller's Brewing Ale, which basically is like a place that sells bar food. I don't drink beer. I don't drink alcohol. I went to the car dealership to get my car serviced a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and they want to act a damn fool because I'm sitting here waiting for someone to pull my car up, and then they left my keys on the desk, all out in the open. Anybody could walk by, snatch my keys. So I said, "What is it that I have to go in the backyard of the cars to get my own car and drive it up to the front?" I was so upset because this is like the third time they've been totally disrespectful. And then the service guy gave the other guy my keys to get the car. He come back. You could do it. I said I have an appointment I need to go to, and they sit up there playing around, acting like a damn fool. I made a complaint, and after that, I spoke, to the service manager again, and the other lady again, and then I did a survey. I got this survey to do a survey. It was on Yelp, and I wrote a bad review for that Nissan dealership, and then they read it. Somehow they got communicated about it, and she begged me. you're gonna get a survey from Nissan in 10 days. Please don't take it. Please don't take it. They begged me not to take the survey. And they said, wait, what do you like to eat? Wait, we get you a gift card. So I said, shoot, ain't that many places. So I said Miller's or whatever, 124. So they gave me a $50 gift card to go to Miller's of my choice. And I got the survey 2 days ago with Nissan. And because the manager I spoke to, and then they also going to compensate me by doing a few injection cleaning, something, something that I always had to get maintenance on. I said, shoot, they gonna pay for this. Not pay for it, they gonna pay. So they know in their account the next time I come in, they'll do some kind of whatever. Not no. I'm as fact, I'm gonna tell them to do two things. I said, do every little maintenance that need to get. It was two things that need to get the maintenance done. I'm gonna let them do two of them. So, because when I bought that car, that Nissan Rogue, somebody wrote in their CRM system, she inspect the world. This is before I even bought the car. They would call, before I even bought the car, somebody wrote that, and I made a complaint. And I don't know if anybody rectified the problem, but if they said she inspect the world, oh, they're gonna get the world from me because I'm gonna get that few injection thing done, which is probably about $200 something. And something else. I don't know what it. Put it this way, it ain't gonna be no simple car wash either, because they're gonna hand wash my car too. So I bought, so they gonna expect a whole lot from me. I didn't have to curse nobody out. I ain't had to do none of that. And they said, "Oh, they were so apologetic. They were so apologetic of what they did that you'd be surprised when you get surveys. I would advise y'all take those surveys when y'all get it. Take those surveys when you get it, because basically she told me was the people who did that did a bad thing to you with the service wise, it doesn't affect their job. It said it affected her job and it affected the service person job. And the guy, he wasn't the most friendly, he wasn't the most professional one. And I ain't expect nobody to kiss my ass or nothing. But at the same time, don't show no attitude with me and pass my key along to somebody else if somebody didn't want to do it. Just like they had the shuttle service a few months ago. I said, okay, well, just take me back to my house up the street. That line. Charlie, stop making all that noise. Come here. Shh. You're not going. How the hell you got back in this house anyway? You was in the garage, and I didn't lock the door. Sit down, Charles. Go to bed. Sleep. He want to go outside in that dang cold. No. Shh. Shut the noise. Charlie, stop it. Come here. He is not hungry. I don't know why you want to go outside. It's cold outside. If I let you go outside, I have to keep the window cracked, and then it'll be cold. Sit down. Shh. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You've been eating, sleeping. Dang. You want to go outside. I wonder what's outside. Ain't nothing out there. It's cold. Go up there and go in that corner. Go in your bed. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so basically, it would have affected her job. And I like this. I like the service manager, this lady. She's real nice and stuff. And I had and when I told them what happened, I said, when is it that I'm supposed to, because you're not supposed to, you know, why would I go way to the back to get my car? Y'all got to park something, it's supposed to be serving. They're supposed to pull your car up to the front and then go about your business. You know, they sit up in here standing around talking like, You gonna get it. You get the car. You get the car. And I wasn't supposed to be in the service area where it's restricted. It's supposed to say no restricted. And I was on camera too. I was on camera because I had my camera out. And I had my camera out. So if I had contacted Nissan and showed them what happened and what was the things that I was going through, there would have been some problems. But so I'm gonna get my services done. Whatever I need to get done, I'm getting it done. So that was that. I'll probably go there tomorrow. Let me see, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? I may go there tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get up in the morning, let them do it because I have an doctor's appointment at 3:15. So I'm gonna go there in the morning, let them do whatever they need to do. Then I'm gonna turn around and come back and get the other thing done. That's what I'm gonna do too. They're gonna do whatever. That way, I still got 6 oil changes that needs to get done. And since it's become next year, beginning of the year in January I won't be doing a whole bunch of driving because at that point I will be it'll be tax season again. I'll be working again. But I'll talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about too much what's going on with TurboTax or whatever, but put it this way, I will be working at TurboTax, but not doing the same thing what I was doing this last season. Matter of fact, that was the worst decision I ever made was to try to be a lead because I'm not gonna get into that. Some of y'all know that I speak to personally when I tell y'all about it, but put it this way, it came out better for me in the long run because um I got paid more money than the job that I was doing, which was not feasible at all. Let me tell you, I did not like it. I did not like it at all. But I will be still working with them, but not directly with them in a sense because I didn't know because TurboTax doesn't hire people directly where you work for Turbo. Matter of fact, you really don't get nothing from it though. You really don't. There's nothing that you get. You don't get no health insurance. You don't get no whatever. The only thing you get, you may get a 401k plan, but then I turn around, I'm gonna be working with a partner company, working with the TurboTax software product, but I'll still get a retirement plan, and they work with Fidelity, not some other company. Matter of fact, I need to transfer that money over and tell them transfer my. I've been there 3 years, but I'll be working. I still be with TurboTax, but not and I'll be working only on the weekends. Well, 3 days a week, put it that way. So they did a lot of changes during the summer. Shh. They did a lot of changes, especially when it comes to that AI and come on, Charles, what's wrong? Big cat, what's wrong with you? Can't you hear I'm trying to make a video? You're not going outside. Hey, nothing wrong with you. Come here. You don't make it seem like I'm doing so bad. Go ahead and lay down. You done? Huh? He wants to go outside. He think he going outside. But I be let me tell y'all what happened. So last week, let me see what day was that. Thursday. Charlie was gone the whole day. Let me see. I want to say it was let's say Friday. I want to say it was Friday. I left here Friday doing whatever I had to do. Come back home. No hear of Charlie, right? Saturday come, no hear of Charlie. What the hell? Yeah, I said Charlie, calling him and all this stuff. And so all Saturday was gone. I'm sitting here worried. I didn't even go outside. I didn't even leave the house or nothing. I was just so depressed. Because I was like, I could be so attached to a cat. So I'm sitting here like, where in the world is he? So I said, okay, well, I said, okay, well, Charlie's gone. And I was like, Saturday morning, I looked out the window and it was cold, and it started doing some flurries, so it didn't stick or nothing. So I said, "Oh man," I said, he can't smell his scent. Usually, you could cat, dog, I know cats. They could usually smell their scent and be able to come back home. I said, "Oh man, he's lost. He must have lost his way home." So all day Saturday, mostly Friday, Sunday morning come at 6:38. Who comes walking through the back? Charlie. I said, Charlie, you made it back home. So I was like, don't ever leave and don't come back so long. He usually come out a couple hours, he come back every time. So I said, okay, you ain't getting out this house no more. So I said, you need to stay home. It's cold outside. I don't know where you at, you know. Usually I could look out the window and I could see Charlie. I said, Charlie, and he's not even, he always be in the same little spot. And he'd come running out of under the bush or under a tree. And this time I ain't seen him in sight nowhere. So ever since then, I try not to let him out. I mean, he got out yesterday. I opened the door and he went outside. I said, Charlie, come back in this house. And he ain't come back. I said, okay, forget it. I'm going to bed. And then he'll come right on back. Come on right on back. And I didn't take Charlie with me to South Carolina either because number one, when it was time for me to leave, he was nowhere to be found. And I was like, Charlie, where you at? I said, I gotta go. So I left out the water, the food, and everything. And I said, he'll be okay. I'm only gonna go for a few days. So, I come back home. When I came back home, it was very mild. It wasn't freezing or cold or nothing. So I know I see Charlie looking out the window. When I drive up, he knows. And then I said, Charlie, I'm home. And then, he come he come running down the stairs or whatever. So I said, I said, what furniture did you jump on? Because he liked to or I said, or what window sill were you sitting at? So pretty much he could stay home by himself. I just leave water and food and that's it, whatever. And he could, have his way of going outside, that little door, whatever. But other than that, um, my mother got some new two cats. I was trying to take a picture or video of them, but they keep running. So they were real beautiful cats. And I was like, we got these other two cats. So I've only got a house full of pets. She still got the two dogs. Then she had two other cat. I mean, I wish I could show y'all what it looked like. Maybe if I get a picture of them over the Christmas, I could show y'all what it looks like. All right, y'all. I only got 3 thumbs up. Where's the other 3 thumbs ups or four? It was at least 7 of y'all in here. So let me see. So health wise, most of my lab results came back good, with the exception of hey Vicky, with the exception of my diabetes, of course, it's been off the chains. Um, I had some issues with the red blood cells and white blood cells. So I wasn't feeling well last week. So they said it was something, it had some type of infection of some kind, but I don't know. They said, so basically, he wrote, it wasn't too of a concern, but I think basically I have to just hydrate, drink more water, make sure because I think I'm not taking enough. Um, I didn't take the insulin for the last week or so, but I have to make sure I stay well hydrated, drink water, and try to get. I looked at a very good video today. It was an older woman from Germany, and she was speaking about the importance of water, how Um, it's not. It's how you drink water. So I'm gonna finish looking at that video because, um, basically, you know how she was one point she was making was that you don't necessarily drink water while you're eating your meals. You're supposed to drink water prior to your meals. It was very technical. I'm gonna have to find that video and put it in the link. But it was very informative, and it made a lot of sense. It's the cellular level and things like that. But I know I probably need to be more cognizant about foods that I'm eating, as well as the how I'm eating. So let me see. One thing that happened when I was there at my grandmother's house was that she fell. So I was the only one. I was the only one there at that point. My uncle had to go back home to Virginia. My aunt, she worked, so nobody was there, but I stayed. I stayed longer than I was supposed to stay, but I stayed. And luckily I did stay was because, I was see my grandmother don't like she don't know how to sit down. She'd be walking around. I said, Grandma, sit down. She'd be always, putting wood in the fireplace and stuff. I was like, you know, I said, and I told her, I said, I don't want to see you walking up these stairs because, she'd be trying to walk up the stairs, see what you're doing on these flights. I'm like, mm-mm. So I was scared for a moment. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I was in the laundry room or the garage or something, doing something, and I didn't hear my grandmother woke up. I knew she was in her room in the back room or whatever. And so when I went downstairs, she wasn't in the kitchen or nothing like that. And then I came from the laundry room into the den, and I saw my grandmother fell on the she was on the floor. And I said, Grandma, what happened? And I ran up there and tried to help her get up, and it was like the fireplace. And then my aunt, then they bought a computer, so she said, I just slipped or whatever. But I was so scared, yo. I was so scared. And I kind of almost, I didn't cry in front of her because I didn't want to I had to, make sure I stayed calm. My grandmother, like under 5 feet, not under 5 feet. She 5'4", 8, 5, she's short. Right? So I said, you hurt yourself. And I tried to help her up. Boy, for someone that's only like 100 something pounds, she was heavy. I was like trying to, help her up, and she said she slipped. But when I didn't panic or nothing. I said, you sure you okay? Blah blah blah, whatever. And then I called my aunt and told her what happened. And then she called my uncle, who lived across the way, and next thing you know, it was like a chain of events. My uncle came over there, I was like, when the way he was at anyway, because not the one that went back to Virginia. It was another uncle. See, I have two family members, they live across the way, across the field. So my aunt ended up telling my other aunt in New York, and I'm quite sure she told other people too. So she was like, oh, it's a blessing that you were there, because if I wasn't there and that happened, my grandmother would have been on that floor. And they have these help, the buttons and stuff, and she even got a little thing on her neck. If something was to happen, she could just press it. And it really scared me, y'all. It really did. But I was glad she was okay. So I stayed, and then my aunt, she didn't want to come out and ask me if I wanted to stay or should I stay or whatever, because she don't want to put no burden on people. But I want to say that between my aunt and my uncle, they really are the ones who's, I'm not saying financially, I'm talking about in terms of someone being there watching over and stuff. So there's some, I'm gonna talk about that a whole lot. I don't want too much in the business because people say you can't tell nobody that, whatever. But anywho, um, she had a doctor's appointment that Wednesday, so I said I'll stay till then. Meantime, my mother, she's on the other hand. You go home, you need to go home, and we got into it. That's a whole new topic altogether of what happened. So, so I went to the doctor. Me, my aunt, and my grandmother. We went to in the Monk's Corner with her doctor, and I'm sitting there, and she keeps records, written records, and stuff like that. Notes so she could also tell the caregivers what's going on. And basically, my grandmother has hypotension. Not, let me say hypo. It's like her blood pressure is like very low. How most people have high blood pressure. Hers, my grandmother, on the other hand, is very low. And if it was talking, my grandmother don't really want to say it, tell everything what's going on or what's wrong with her or whatever. They would be like, hey, it's all right. So so the thing is my aunt is having issues in terms of her, not saying she's not being truthful what's going on, but sometimes when you don't say everything what's going on, you know, people, it's like if someone says, "Oh, how you feeling? No, ain't nothing going on," and then they don't want to feel like they want to be helped, or they feel that's a burden, and it's not, and it shouldn't be. So I said to my aunt, we was out in the room, when you go to the accident, I said, "Well, I'm part of the team too." So so I put it upon myself that I want to be part of the team too, of what's going on with my grandmother and stuff because I could relate to with diabetes and health wise and stuff. I'm not trying to say I'm an expert and knowledgeable, but I was asking questions too, taking little notes on my little phone and things like that. And just being there. Just being there. In terms of my grandmother, like I said, she's there, she's all in her mind, she's suffering from no Alzheimer's or nothing like that. I mean, she still do things that you'd be surprised what a 95-year-old woman could do. She'd be doing that wood and putting that fireplace. I said, oh, Grandmommy, sit down. I began to tell her, sit down. I said, sit down. You're supposed to rest your feet. You're supposed to put up your legs, you know? But I still love my grandmother, though. But, sometimes she be trying to say stuff. And I be like, I know, But I don't know. It's like, I just find it a little bit kind of, I don't know. I just find it kind of strange that as many cousins and relatives and a big family that I come from, people are not really as together like we need to, like we should be, I guess you could say. So let me see what else going on. Well, I'm supposed to have a first cousins cruise come next June 24th to the 28th next year. So I have my reservations, at least my airline reservations to go to Puerto Rico next year. It's supposed to be about 20 of us, even though three of them are not first cousins. One is my niece and her boyfriend, my sister's daughter. And then the other cousin I invited was Godfrey. He was on here on live. Oh, we're not going on a cruise. We're going to a resort in Puerto Rico. We haven't we going to some resort. I'm gonna do a cruise and a meetup with y'all if anybody wants to come next year, which is gonna be Royal Caribbean. But I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm not gonna ask where we all want to go. Where we go. I'm just gonna book it. I'm gonna set it up and I'm gonna put it on here and say anybody wants to go, let me know. Blom, boom, boom, boom. So it's a nice looking resort that I saw online, and it's about 20 of us so far, but ain't nobody put no money down. So the first payment of $400 is due mid-February, so we can see if it's sure. But we waiting. I'm waiting to see if we get any emails about from the travel agent that this one cousin decided to do. He lived in Arizona, and we've been talking about this first cousins cruise for the last 20 years, if not longer. I ain't gonna say longer. We've been talking about this first cousin cruise for so long. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. I personally, me, I wasn't too up to going, but I said no. Let me not be like that. I do want to go on a break. I do want to go on vacation, but the thing about it is, oh, you're Nelsons. Everybody want to be the leader, but nobody want to be no chiefs. And I'm not saying that we all don't get along, because I'm the oldest, so I'm about 20 years older than the ones who are younger. I don't really converse with them like that. Some of them lived across the way from my grandmother's house, and they never came by the house. They never came for Christmas. You ain't never seen them for Thanksgiving or any other thing we have for that matter. So I ain't so particular about going, because I didn't really grow up with a lot of these first cousins I got, especially the younger ones. And I just want to go to relax. I'm not looking to I'm not. They could be cliquish, put it that way. They could be, and I understand that, because I didn't grow up with them. We didn't grow up like that. It was only me, my sister, and my cousin Travis, and then my cousin Godfrey on my father's side. So, and maybe and maybe a few other cousins I could put in that mix. We all was kind of grew up together, but a lot of the cousins that I have that were really close to me, to the point where I would consider them more like a sister cousin, is my second, third cousins. Those are the ones there were certain ones that I grew up with, but the other ones down the road, not so much, not so much. So I'll be curious. I'll let y'all know what's going to happen in February. This thing gonna kick off, but I already got my plane reservations set up for Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. I already got that set up. So I said, what's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is that either I choose another resort and go by myself, or I make that my plan and say we could all go to Puerto Rico. So, but in terms of the cruise, I think I want to do a cruise. I want to do the cruise because I'm only going by myself, and it would be nice to go with a couple people. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So, anywho, let me see. Anything else that I need to talk about? What else? Oh, 2024. Well, 2024, like I said, another reason why I have to come back next week is because I'll be getting my laptop, and I have to be home to make sure I get it. So I think it's going to be the fourth or the seventh, and I have to do the training or whatever. I do a couple weeks of training, the onboarding, the flights, the things I've been. I'm doing the same thing with TurboTax, but I'm just not with. Um, I'll be working with a third party entity and got paid more money. So I was like, shoot, that worked out better for me. I got paid more money, even though I went back, even though I went down to be more of a consultant, not a team lead. You know, Anybody ever wants to know about the inside scoop, if y'all interested in working, I don't know if it's too late though. I know there's different positions you could do, but I don't know what's going on with TurboTax directly itself, but I could tell you that I'm glad I'm moving on to a different department, different area, but still doing the same job. That's all I can say about that. Because TurboTax, they outsource several different companies to work with them. And if you go with the wrong kind of company, they could actually um, not really try to pay you. So I so happened to get on and got paid more money, and I'm only going to be working 3 days a week unless they need people to work more hours during the but when they do the scheduling, I can still choose my own schedule, of course, and work as many hours I work, as many hours that I want, but they'll pay me a little bit more because I said I don't understand why TurboTax, you can make your own schedule, but as the season goes along, it starts getting crazy, like crazy, because a lot of people don't want to work on the weekends, or they may not work later in the evening or later at night. I'm not going to do late night either. I'm not going to do that for sure, but I will do it to a point where um, I will work during the tax season. And my goal, which I'm going to do a video and talk about, a financial goal of trying to save at least $20,000 for next year through the various gigs, and just save it, put money aside. I'm still going to be doing I'm still trying to apply for a data analyst position, apprenticeship with a company. I'm not going to mention what it is for now, but all these day certificates that I got, and all these little training that I've been doing on the side, you know, I'm trying to apply for an apprenticeship program, and I'm going to be working. I'm still going to be working along with WGU. I'm just going to take the courses, but I'm not trying to pursue to finish it to get a degree. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to take these courses. I don't want to take no tests. I don't want to get, they don't even give you a grade. It's either pass or fail. And I just want to concentrate and learn it. I said, and just continue on learning it. But with Amazon, with the career choice, since they don't want to pick it up again, I said, no, I don't want to do WGU, because I didn't want to try to stay at Amazon till 2025 to get another bachelor's degree. I said, I want to learn something great now. Let me learn the on skills certifications and work on projects. You know, but it all works out the same. It all works out the same. And one last thing, and then I'm gonna end it because it's going on an hour. I had an interview last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? No, it was 2 weeks ago, with the Department of Census Bureau, and I went on USAJobs.gov and I applied for a position and they forwarded to the hiring manager, and this is so happy to be in South Carolina, Berkeley County, where my family's from, and it's a supervisory position for the census. So I had an hour interview a couple of weeks ago. Now they didn't give me a particular date, a start date or anything, because with the government, everything is so slow. Everything is based on congressional budgets and all that kind of stuff. So I did apply, and I don't know when I'm gonna hear back from them. It'll be a minute before I hear something back from them, and I think that the main office was in I want to say it was Charleston or North Charleston. It was in Charleston, period. So I think when I go down there for Christmas, if I decide to go in the Charleston area, I may scoop it out and see. So I've been looking at when I was in Charleston, I was so surprised to see an apartment complex And that apartment complex, I was to deliver one of the 5 TVs, and I looked in that was in the building, and I'm walking up and down the steps of this big ass heavy box. And I said, "What the hell?" I called him on the phone, and I couldn't find the apartment. I'm like, okay. I went and looked at each door. I said, "Where is this apartment?" Man, I threw that box right over the balcony. I was like third. I had to walk up 3 flights of stairs. I threw that box over the balcony. I did, sure did. Bloop. It didn't break or nothing, but I was like, you know, it was ridiculous. But the changes that I've seen when I was in Goose Creek and Somerville, I didn't even get into Charleston and North Charleston to see what that looked like. And I was like, because I'm starting to scoop around. I'm not buying another house for sure. What I may decide to do with this one, because, I'll be almost paid off this house in the next one, two, let's see, 5 or 6 years. Now, if I rent this house out and do, maybe kind of rent rent this house by the room rather than trying to rely on a family per se, I may just rent out this room. I'll keep one room for myself and lock it, and then rent 2 of the other rooms, and then people just have to share the kitchen and the common area. So I don't know. I may do that. I don't want to do no Airbnb, because Airbnb is being very restrictive of what you could do. And like I said, I still have to do a lot of upgrades in this house. I'm not gonna do no major upgrades. I'm not gonna buy the brand new kitchen. I may just do the basic upgrade. But for now, I need to do the repairs and upgrades, because these light fixtures are goddamn too old. The reason why it's dark in this room now is because I need to fix the change the outlets of the lights. So I need to, I know I probably could do it myself, but I don't want to mess with no electricity and do the upgrades of these old bathrooms. It's been 19, this house is 30 years. Is it 30 years old? I think it's 30 years old, and it got the 1990, 1992, 1994 fixtures. Gold, it's very outdated. But it's amazing how you can't find nobody who wants to work. Even though, I go to Home Depot, you see people with their little trucks all the time, and and I just don't understand it. Some people, I guess, when you find them to be real good, you almost have to be on a dang waiting list. Or people think that if you know too much, see, I mean, I know how to fix nothing, but if you know about finance, people don't, they feel that they want to sucker you, especially if you're a woman. And when I try to work with black people. I try to work with black folks, with us people, us's. But every time you you come across with them, they talk about, oh, we want 70% up front. No, I'm not giving you 70%, and you ain't put no nail in the dang wall. So they be trying to, when I start asking questions about, well, do you have your license? Are you licensed with the Secretary of State? Can I see your insurance? When I start asking for stuff, they go ghost. Nowhere to be seen. And I ain't say I had a whole lot of people come running this house, but when I start looking them up, you not now. It's different if you was a handyman and you just doing simple, fixing an outlet or putting up a ceiling fan. But when I start saying, okay, I don't need this bathrooms to be remodeled, I need this taken out, and I need this to be done, blah blah blah. Do you have a license? That's the first thing. How you gonna walk up behind the house no license? And this ain't black folks either. These some of these Hispanic people too. They don't speak no English. No English. You know, you know, darn well that if you're gonna do a bathroom remodel and you're gonna have to do the plumbing, because you have to remove the old tub and put a new tub or reconstruction. You have to have a license. If you're doing electrical work or you're doing any type of changes or you're building a deck, you have to have a license. You have to pull the permits. It's been so long. I've been talking about building a deck in that backyard. Ain't seen these people yet. So I just don't get it. It's gonna get to a point where I may just, you know, I just don't know. Like I said, I have to find some place else to stay. Yeah, I could stay at my grandmother's house. Yeah, I probably could stay at my mother's house. But me and my mother's situation, she getting up in age, and I ask her what's going on, and she getting all mad at me. I'm driving back to Georgia. You're crashing me, and getting all mad and stuff, and I know something's up, and he ain't telling me, and I blocked her. You're not gonna hang up on me, and not gonna just talk to me all crazy. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna disturb my peace, and I'm not gonna get all mad and get all wild up with people. I've been dealing with people, you know, whether I know them from work or whatever. I let people do them. Let them do you. I'm not giving no more advice about nothing. I need to be concerned and worry about myself. Well, anyway, I said I'm not gonna be here for an hour, but thank y'all 5 people who came on. Hey, Vicky, you're the only one that said hey, and everybody else lurking in the background. That's all right. So anyway, so I'm back. That's what's been going on. So y'all wish y'all a happy, happy New Year and Merry Christmas. I'll be home for I will be home, so I'm not going to be out of town. I will be back home on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll probably be back Wednesday for sure. Let me see. Let me think. 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 I'll see. I'll see how it goes. But anyway, leave a comment, comment, like, share, not share, because I want my videos to be shared. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And for those new subscribers that joined, I appreciate y'all. And I'll let y'all know if anything else of importance that may be coming up that we could discuss. Maybe I'll start talking more about these little entertainment news and viewpoints. There's a lot of things, but I don't know. Well, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow, but I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, see what the workers' comp doctor says. And I guess it's time for me to go back to work soon. So I'll be back doing my hustle. Start January. After that, I'm gonna try to do, of course, do my TurboTax, whatever. And if I get short term, long term disability, or what else? I'll go back to Amazon. But these doctors and stuff, I think they kind of really like saying, you know, they can find me something to do. I can't do no physical type of work no more. But we shall see what happens. Anywho, I shall talk to y'all later, and y'all have a good night. Thank you, Vicky, for coming on. I don't know who else will be on here. I know this is backwards. What the tag showing like this? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night, and see y'all maybe tomorrow. All right, bye.